What's up, everybody? Sean D Man here, and welcome back to the Nerd Talk channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys have yourselves a great weekend, depending on when you are watching this. We are going to talk a little bit about the upcoming James Gunn's Supergirl movie, which is set to release in June of 2026. Now, we had Superman drop July of last year. It was an okay movie. There were some things I liked. There were some things I didn't really care for. Um, but this is the next installment for this universe, and it is potentially going to run into a problem this year, especially really June and July. Both are going to be monstrous box office months for film in general. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, but we did get like a look at Jason Momoa as Lobo a couple of weeks ago. Looks okay. I feel like with this, the idea sounds great, but the execution, not so much. Now a lot of people are. I don't want to say. I don't want to say there's a lot of people excited for Supergirl because the comic or the graphic novel that they're basing that off of is, I believe it's Woman of Tomorrow, and in that situation, you have Supergirl. I believe gets stranded on a planet, and it's just this whole thing. I've not read it. I may check it out before the movie comes out and like give my thoughts about it. But when we got the first trailer a couple of months ago, it looked as if I was okay with it. I guess but it was a situation where I was like, you know what, I want to wait till I actually see the movie before it comes out. Now by this point, we should be getting a second trailer relatively soon, I believe, because let me see, the first trailer came out. Let me pull it up and see. So the first trailer for Supergirl, okay, it dropped about a month ago. So, okay. So it's been about a month. It comes out in June, late June. So I would assume it's probably too early for a second trailer. It may be a little bit too early for a second trailer. I would assume we will probably get it maybe about April then. April or early May. That probably makes the most sense. Um, but besides all that, listen, I like Millie Adcock as, you know, I think she looks relatively good as Supergirl. I loved her in House of the Dragon, like the first seasons, the first couple of episodes that featured her in it. I thought she was a pretty good actress. Um, but this is still it's still yet to be seen. And now with the whole Netflix potentially buying Warner Brothers and everything, who knows what the future of James Gunn is going to be? Are they going to keep him on? Are they going to like redo another reset? But the main focus of this video, I know I went on a little tangent there, was to talk about the movies, and it could potentially cause an issue from a box office standpoint. Let me see. I want to look real quick. I want to see what I wonder if they've already like what's the budget for Supergirl. So the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow has a reported production budget of 200 million. Okay, so if that is the case, the budget is slightly lower than the 225 for Superman. So Superman was 225, that budget, right? Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, 220. Yeah. So the film needed roughly 600. Yeah, so Superman was 225. Superman needed roughly 600 to 750 million globally to break even theatrically. Okay, so what was the box office? All right, so oh, there we go. There we go. So, ooh, this is bright. So domestic. So domestic, Superman had over 300 million. Worldwide, they got over, I believe, 600 million. If I'm looking at that correct. So Superman needed to at least $500 to $600 to break even. If Supergirl is around that same $200 mark or $200 million mark, then it's basically going to need the same amount, five, five, six, 700. Well, 600 to break even. Maybe at least 700 to be profitable, but I don't know if that's going to be the case because let's talk about it. Here's what's coming. Oh, this is bright. Sorry. Here's what's coming. So June. Uh, so again, keep in mind, Supergirl is dropping on June 26th. Here's what else is coming in June and July before and after the Supergirl movie. So first off, we have where's it at? We have Masters of the Universe, which just dropped their trailer like a week or two ago. That's coming out on looks like June 5th. Scary Movie 6 that's coming out June 12th. I feel like that's a lot of people are going to be excited to see that because we have not had a scary movie in well over 10 plus years. So a lot of people, including myself, is going to be very interested in seeing that. And then not long after that is Toy Story 5. So right there, Masters in the Universe, Toy Story 5, and Scary Movie 6. That's three movies that could potentially draw more attention. Toy Story probably will because it's going to be more for kids and everything, and even some adults might go see it. But those three movies right there could pull in a lot more viewership than Supergirl. And then just after that, on that same day as Supergirl, you have you have a fifth Jackass movie. It's Johnny Knoxville. That stuff is pretty funny. So you're probably gonna have people go see that. So it's in a tough spot. But if you thought June was rough, here's what's coming out in July. Minions 3 on July 1st. Uh as of right now, the live action Moana movie, July 10th. The Odyssey, July 17th. Oh wait, is this what I think it is? Is this I didn't even know this was coming. I didn't even know this was coming out this year. But July 24th, Evil Dead Burn. Going along with like Evil Dead Rise and the remake of Evil Dead. I didn't know that was coming out this year. July 31st, Spider-Man Brand New Day. So it is gonna be I think it's gonna be tough. It is gonna be tough for Supergirl to make its money in that regard when there's going to be a lot more interested movies. Like for instance, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Obviously, I'm going to be there to watch that. I'm probably going to see Masters. Oh God, it's going to be a lot of money going to the movies. Masters in the Universe. I'm going to go see that. Scary Movie 6. I'm going to go see that. I don't know about Toy Story 5. I feel like that's probably one I'll wait till it comes to streaming potentially. Obviously, I'm going to go see Supergirl. Another movie I'm interested in seeing is Young Washington. I do want to see that movie. So there's a lot more interesting movies that are coming out. And honestly, if you were James Gunn, if you were DC, if you were Warner Brothers, I would have moved Supergirl. To be quite honest, like I would have not committed to this particular date, or if I was, I would have maybe pushed it to the back end of July, maybe into August because there's really not that much interesting stuff, like especially in August there's really nothing coming out that could compete with Supergirl. Oh, wait a second. Okay, September they have that Clayface movie coming out as well. I didn't know that. And also a Resident Evil thing. Okay. All right. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. But there's a lot. But yeah. So basically, it just really feels like Supergirl is going to be in a precarious situation from a box office standpoint. Now, the movie may be good, but I really feel like those other movies are probably going to draw a lot more attention than James Gunn. And then the other thing is, a lot of people are kind of tired of the superhero stuff, and they haven't really, it hasn't been good, whether it's been Marvel or DC. Although you had the Batman was really a pretty good movie. Like obviously, it's the third act is questionable, but overall, a lot of people liked the Batman. And we don't even know when the next Batman installment is coming out. There's been so many pushbacks with that movie. Who knows when the Batman Part 2 is coming out? Now you got Clayface potentially coming out in September. You got Peacemaker on HBO Max, Creature Commandos on HBO Max. You know, you're still missing some heavy hitters. Now Lanterns is also supposed to be coming out as well on HBO Max, and that could be an interesting series. But you still got to have, Wonder Woman, The Flash, the Batman Brave and the Bold movie just got its, I believe it's screenwriter, which we'll talk about that as well in a different video. So I'm gonna be so interested to see how Supergirl does at the box office. Like, because keep in mind, Superman didn't last long in the theaters. It lasted maybe about like a month, and then went straight to DVD and streaming. So, is that going to be the same situation here? I don't know. It is going to be interesting to see on how that plays out. But guys, that is relatively it. Wanted to drop this quick little video. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for watching. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one.